Welcome to our latest Wandering Walks of Wonder Adventure Tour. Today we're headed to the small and historic town of Pawhuska, Oklahoma. Many of you may recognize Pawhuska as the home of the pioneer woman Dee Drummond and her famous TV show, as well as Mercantile that we see, but there's so much more to see in Pawhuska. Right off the bat, as we learn a little bit more about the history of Pawhuska, we see this 1871 historic 5-room home that was constructed by the blacksmith in town. This home is actually one of the first homes that was built in Pawhuska. It's made of native timbers and features 18-inch thick sandstone walls. The origins of the building are rooted in an agreement when the Osage Native tribes were relocated from Kansas. Sid Delarue, a Swiss blacksmith, was promised ownership of the house in exchange for his commitment to caring for horses. Sid adopted a distinctive approach to his trade by taking his tools directly to the horses, a departure from conventional practices of the time.
This is the story of the notorious Dalton Gang and their infamous spiral from law keepers to lawbreakers, culminating in a fatal mistake in what would become known as Death Alley. The Dalton Gang would go down in a blaze of glory, with one member being pumped full of more than 20 bullets. The Dalton Gang is one of the most notorious outlaw gangs of the Wild West, not only for their exploits, but also because of their curious history. You see, the three primary gang members, the three Dalton brothers for whom the gang was named, would start out as respectable lawmen before turning to a life of crime.
Which one did you? This one, the little one. Yeah. But I tried the night bullets. And it was like, we got away from the bell. Just that level of good doctor, you're trying to draw. I can also. Wow, that stand that sits right in there. So to release.
Well, it's a little windy out today. I don't have a sock. So, back to the story. Man, yesterday was a tough day. I have been chewed out by a lot of my family. But if you keep working on it, eventually you'll learn everything. You tell your family everything, and they can't argue with the truth. So I win. So, and I'm actually going to smoke some of the cigarette. A lot of times in my videos I just swing a cigarette around. But so where I was there's been a fire. I mean, first my father fell down in the garage because I cleaned out the garage and didn't fix the floor and something like that. And he was walking across there and floor's up and down. He falls down and my father ends up in rehab, learning to walk again. So he learns to walk again. And then he had a house fire, a kitchen fire that smoked up everything in his house, and it's now in boxes in the house. And my mom and dad are living in a nice hotel. Put them up. The insurance company puts them up in a nice hotel. And my dad applies for his. My dad applies at this point. He applies. He was looking at home health care where they would come and help him at his home, but the home caught on fire. Now you can't do that, so he gets to make an insurance claim. He's been paying lots of money over the years for retirement insurance that would cover like assisted living, nursing home, whatever comes along. So he qualifies for that, and they move him into assisted living. And I go over and find the Bibles after having a big fight with my family that I'm not the one that lost them, but I went and found them. And I'm at my dad's retirement apartment with him. And I have both Bibles with me, and I'm telling him, you were wrong. It wasn't me, but I fixed it for you, Dad. And that's the way it always goes with me. My two brothers don't help my dad at all. I have to fix everything. So, unless it has to do with money or law, then they want, oh, if it's a law, I want to be involved. Oh, if it's got a lot of money, I want to be involved. But if it's somebody that has to clean up a mess, somebody needs to clean up a mess in the garage, it always falls on me. That's a middle son thing. So I'm in my dad's apartment with him, and we're discussing what's supposed to happen with this Bible. At this point, I don't know anything about family Bibles. Now I know a lot about family Bibles. And I don't know anything. And he's telling me that one of them is the Del Rue Bible, and one of them is the Carmichael Bible. Well, that's somewhat true. This Bible was bought by Sid Del Rue, who pretty much founded Pawhuska, Oklahoma. I'm a graduate of Oklahoma State University. And the other Bible, can I get a picture of the other Bible? Okay, thanks. That Bible is a Carmichael Bible. And it was bought by a Carmichael. And he married a Hosier. And then they had my grandpa, who got married to Sylvia Baker, who owns this Sid. Sid's Bible, and from Pawhuska. So now, if you know how family Bibles, and I didn't know this, now that Bible is not the Sid Del Rue Bible anymore. It's now it's a Del Rue. It's his wife's Bible. So they have a daughter. It's kind of hard to get all this together. They have a daughter who gets married to somebody, and they have a daughter whose name is Sylvia, and the person they married was Baker. So now this Bible is not the Sid Del Rue Bible anymore. Now it's actually called, in the household, the Baker Bible. It is Sylvia Baker's Bible. It's not Sid. It's going down through the maternal line of Sylvia Baker. Because family Bibles get passed down through from daughter to daughter to daughter to daughter to daughter, and men are not supposed to be involved. And maybe that's why this is so messed up. It's because Sylvia had two sons. She didn't have a daughter to pass it down to. Okay? So her two sons, one of them had 3 boys and one of them had 3 girls. And one of them had 3 boys, one of them had 3 girls. And I'm one of the 3 boys. Okay? So at that point, especially, the other Bible, Can I have a picture of that Bible? Okay. The Carmichael Bible, bought by a Carmichael for his wife. Oh, it's so confusing. It's not so confusing. I'm just not sure where I'm at in the story, and I don't have the script. So, 3 girls, 3 boys. So at that time, I don't know what happened as to why Sylvia Baker's, or Sylvia Carmichael's Carmichael Bible did not go. She had to pass it down to one of her sons, and one had 3 daughters. That's where it should have went to, so it stays in the matriarchal line. Daughter, daughter, daughter. That's where it should have went to, but for some reason it ended up with the 3 boys, with me and my 2 brothers. And I was proud to have it because I thought it was the Carmichael Bible, and you were supposed to record the Carmichael names in it, and really at some point that's totally wrong. It's just a stolen family Bible, that's all it is, until it gets back into the hands of a Carmichael that has daughters to pass it down to. It's stolen. I don't, accidentally misplaced. That would be nicer to say that my dad misplaced it. He might have known all this. I think he might have said things to me about this before. And I had a beer in my hands. You know, I didn't remember. But things come back. So I take the Bible home, the Carmichael Bible, and I leave the Delarue Bible, the Baker Bible, with him. And my little brother says, well, that's good, because I don't want that Carmichael Bible. I really want the Delarue Bible. Maybe something in his head was telling him, Dad told you that the one that is the Baker Bible is more important. Maybe. I don't know. Beer in hand. Can't remember. So I've now got the Carmichael Bible at home, and I'm all happy. But I'm not happy because certain people have not been added to the Bible, name-wise. You know, you're supposed to record births and deaths and baptisms, and pass it down to the next mother. Pass it down to the next mother. Pass it down. A family Bible is a Mother's Day device. On Mother's Day, the mother is supposed to get the family Bible out and record the deaths, the births, the deaths, and the baptisms. Possibly marriages, I don't know. Yeah, probably marriages too. When I get these Bibles back, and when I can actually open this one, this Bible's never been opened by my family, I don't think, because they're all scared to open it. They're scared it's gonna fall apart. So now I've got the Carmichael Bible, but really, because I have daughters, what I need is a Delarue Bible, and my little brother says he wants it, and he had 3 or 4 years to actually get it. Well, it's sit over, but he went over to my mom's house and said, I don't want that one, I want the Carmichael Bible. So I took the Carmichael Bible over there, and I told my mom, I said, you know, my daughter, my little brother, they all need to add family, whatever needs to be added to this Bible. And then we need to decide where it's supposed to go to. And while I'm there, I said, you know, I've been watching how to rebuild Bibles. I want to put the Delarue Bible back together, Mom. I want to do the repairs on it. Or at least look at doing the repairs or having them done or whatever. So can I take it home? And she said yes. And so that's how I got the Delarue Bible the other day. It was in a plastic box. I mean, it was in a paper box. It was not well taken care of. but I got it home. So now I have the correct Bible. I have my family Bible, and it's going to get passed down mother to mother to mother the best I can. It's okay, Jenkins. It's okay. Don't worry about it. Jenkins gets so worried when I do these kinds of videos. Do you want to smell the Bible? Smell it. Cats can tell a lot from their smell. So here's where I am. What happened that failed in this Bible is these strings broke. And there was 2 strings, and I'm putting back in 3 strings, and I'm putting in, this is linen soaked in glue to make it hard. Kind of hard, kind of soft. Yeah, Jenkins, I know, my cat is just wanting to come sit in a video. And then the way this is constructed, it has a piece of paper on top, and then it has a piece of cardboard, and then it has another piece of cardboard, and then the inside. And these strings are glued in between the 2 pieces of cardboard. Glued in between the 2 pieces of cardboard. I gotta get this so I can. There. Okay, now what I have to do, and there's 2 things here. Everybody in my family afraid to pick this up. I don't blame them. I don't like picking it up either. Even though it's in really good shape, without being bound, without having its hardback on it, it's kind of soft. So what I had to do is peel this back all along here, and peel this back all along here. So this is all peeled back now, so I can get under there to put the strings. I can see the original binding there. Put the strings back, and then I've got some paper that's this color, and I'm going to reinforce this end with paper so it doesn't crack off anymore. And then I'm going to put the headband, the binder headband back on, which is a little strip here. It's a little strip here that's like, oh, red and white, or yellow and white, gold and white, blue and white, green and white, whatever color your binder headband is. I put it back in there, and the binder headband holds the ribbons that are supposed to be on here. There's supposed to be ribbons on here as place marks. So I got to put a headband here, I got to put a headband here, and then I got to pull back. Well, it's already pulled back. It's ready to glue. Then I got to glue Then I have to glue these strings and this linen right back in the right place to make it so this Bible opens and closes without anything stressed. And it's made to do that. It's got its original paper right along here that when I get done, you'll be able to see this original paper just like it was when it's brand new. And I need to do a little more gluing down of paper around the edges. And then it will be good. It will all be in fairly original shape. So, yeah, Sid Delarue. Both sides of my families have a lot to do with establishing the plains, like Kansas, Oklahoma, Nebraska, the places where the Santa Fe Trail and the Missouri Trail, the Oregon Trail, the Cimarron Trail, all these trails going across to Kansas for people to go west. They were first built by the buffalo, and then they were next followed by the Native Americans, the Indians, and then they were later followed by the white man with the highway and the railroad. And what Sid Delarue was, of course you can see in the clip, he was a horseshoer. Now that's not him, the statue is not him, that's actually a different horseshoer that lived in Pawhuska. But that is his house, and he was the original, the first blacksmith, the first horseshoer in Pawhuska. So, what does that have to do with the Dalton brothers? Part 3.